Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Infitech. In this video we are going to discuss one interesting problem, which is container with most water on lead code. So this problem is of medium level, and first we'll try to understand the problem and try to figure out the solution, and let's write code on our solution. So firstly, you are given an array height of length, and there are n vertical lines. So these are your n vertical lines drawn such that the two endpoints of the ith line are I comma 0 and I comma height of 5. So they are telling for any given line the 2 points are going to be I comma 0. So in this first line I is 0, okay, 0 comma 0 is this point, and the second point is I comma height of 5. So I is 0, height of 0 is 1. So your first line will be in this direction, right? So this is the formula this is the description they have given for each and every line, and they are telling find two lines that together with the x-axis form a container. Okay, find any two lines form a container such that the container contains the most water of any other two line combinations. Now we have to return the maximum amount of water a container can store, and notice that you may not slant the container. Okay, so they're telling this is the example. Okay, this is the line, these are the lines, and your array will have the height of each line. Okay, now we have to give the maximum area that any two lines can contain the water in the entire array. Okay, so if we take this example which they have given to us, the maximum area which we can form is, maximum height we can hold is 7, right? Because 7 is the maximum height, and maximum width is 7. So 7 into 7 is going to be 49. Area of rectangle is nothing but your length into breadth. So 49 is going to be your maximum area of any two combination of lines if you take in this graph. Okay, and your second example, which is going to be your edge case, let's say there are only two lines given to you, then you are going to simply take the minimum height of your line, which is going to be 1, and if an array has only two elements, obviously the width will always be 1. So 1 into 1 is 1. Minimum of these two variables is 1, which is 1 into 1 is 1. So now let us try to understand the solution using our iPad. Okay, so now this is the array which they are given to us, and we have to find the maximum area that can contain water. Okay, now let us solve this approach using two-pointer approach, and it would be easier if you take the two-pointer approach in solving this solution. You have to take two pointers I comma j. Okay, now let us try to understand this solution, right? So let us try to understand this problem through the picture only. Let me try to change the color if I can. So initially your ith pointer will start at the start of the array, and your jth pointer will start at the end of the array. Okay, now your task is to firstly find the area of your two lines. So my area you can find is the minimum height of your two lines. So for your so in your first iteration the heights are going to be 1 and 7. So minimum height of these two lines is obviously 1, and the area between your two lines is j minus I, right? This area. Okay, so which can be obtained 1 into j minus I. So j is going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 1 into 8 minus I is obviously 0 because it's the first iteration. So 1 into 8 is 8. So max area is 8 now. how will you increment or decrement your ith index or jth index? Okay, now in 1 comma 7 the minimum height is I, right? Now you should always think of to get the maximum area of your container. So in order to get the maximum area, you should obviously have a maximum height, right? So to increase the you clearly know that 1 is not correct because it is having a minimum height of these two lines. So if you have to increase the height, you have to obviously increase the ith value, right? Now we are going to increase the ith value, and I is going to be 1, j is obviously going to be 8. So now the height here is I is here, j is here, and now heights of I comma j are 8 comma 7. Now you have to find the area of your two lines. So area formula according to our problem is minimum of your two lines is 7, which is nothing but your the length, into j minus I, right? 7 into j is 8 and I is 1. 7 into 7 is 49, and now your max area is 8. So 49 is greater than 8, max area is going to get updated by 49. Now a similar approach. Now in our case, our current heights are 8 comma 7. Okay, j is having the minimum height, that means j is having some fault. That's why you're going to decrement j, right? If you decrement j, your current, let me erase these things. Now your current I is at here only, but your j is going to decrement to here. The same approach, you are going to calculate the area of this part. Similarly, j will be decrement to here. You are going to calculate this area. Okay. Similarly, j will be here. You are going to calculate this area. J will be here. You are going to calculate this area. J will be here. This area. J will be here. This area. So even after doing all the iterations, you will still be having 49 as the maximum value, because this is the maximum area that a container can hold the maximum water. So with this two pointer approach, you will be able to get the solution. And now let's try to implement this approach in code. Okay, now let us get into our code editor. If you can clearly see, I have written this simple two helper functions, which are nothing but min and max, which helps us to get the minimum and maximum between any two variables. Okay, now firstly let us declare our result variable, which we are obviously going to return from our function. Okay, I am going to initialize with the min value as possible, min int 64, and at last I am going to return this max area variable. Now firstly let us try to handle the edge case scenario of our problem. If the length of your height array is 2, as we discussed in the earlier in our second example, what you are going to do, return minimum of two heights. Okay, height. So minimum of your two heights into the constant width, which is 1. Okay, this is your edge case, and because they have given your length of the array will be at least 2. Okay, that's why this is our edge case. So now we are going to declare two pointers, left pointer which is starts at the start of the array, and the right pointer which starts at the end of the array. Okay, now we are going to write a simple while loop where your I should always be less than j, it should not overlap jth index. And now you are going to find the current area of your current two lines that can be found with our formula, where you have to first get the minimum height. Okay, minimum height of your current two lines, which is height of I comma height of j, minimum height between height of I comma height of j, into the width of your container, which is j minus I, right? So this will going to give us the area of your current container, and you're going to update it with your maximum area variable. Now one more case you need to handle is you need to have the maximum area as possible in all your iterations. So basically you are going to update your maximum area variable between these two values. Your current, if your current area is greater than the existing max area, then your max area will be updated to your current area. Okay, once you have done this, you have to handle the conditions for your ith and jth indexes. If height of I is equal to height of j, that means if both the lines are of equal height, then you are simply going to increment j and increment I and decrement j, right? Otherwise, if height of is less than height of j, that means there is some problem with ith index, that's why we are going to increment I. And last condition which we are left is if your jth height is less than ith height, you are going to decrement j. That's all. Now let us try to run this and see if the sample test cases are being passed. Okay, L is declared. Okay, so I've been using I and j. Let us update these values to I and j instead of L and R. Okay, sample test cases have been passed. Now let me try to submit this solution. Yeah, as you can see, the solution has been accepted and all the test cases are passed. So with the 2-pointer approach, you will be able to find the maximum area that a container can have in the given array in very easy way. So that's all. Thank you for watching this video.